Welcome in to another pregame edition of the PHNX D-backs podcast right here on PHNX. My name is Derek Makayla. Of course, I am occasionally known as your mayor of the postseason. This man next to me is my tag team partner, and honestly, it's like the Thundercats cartoon. It's like my cousins from another show or whatever. It is the one and only Patrick Lyons from DNVR.
Thank you. Ski, Derek. Ski, Damon.
Ski to you too.
Ski to everybody in the YouTube
to everybody
chat.
Out there. I love it. And when it's exciting. It is an exciting night. It is an exciting time. Some of you might not be watching this show right now because you are stuck in traffic trying to get over to that building that is going to be absolutely rocking tonight for Game 3. Of course, we're talking about Chase Field. Sold out crowd, going to be electric. I know you were over there.
Yeah.
What were the vibes like?
It was good. It was just starting to get rumbling. You know, everyone's on the concourse, getting their beverages, getting in line.
Yeah.
The first few people that were in, though, we did notice a fair amount of Dodgers jerseys. Look, I'm just reporting what I know.
That's your job. It's your job. I can't blame you for this, but I understand.
But we got in, roof was closed, and then, 30 minutes before the gates opened, boom. And then on the 8th day, the Lord opened the roof at Chase Field, and the light started coming in, and it was beautiful.
It's beautiful, right?
And people, there was a buzz that was just starting there, and there's a buzz in cars and passenger seats and back seats all around the valley. And eventually they will get inside the stadium.
I actually feel bad because I did not introduce our third co-host. Of course, Jesse Jr. is with us over there.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I can't believe I didn't do that. Sorry, Jesse Jr. JJ is rocking a mustache for the playoffs as well. I don't know if you can see that, but he
said, ski. He's a snake.
Well done. Well, I know that the vibe at Chase Field has been electric before. Actually, we had a chance to talk to Alec Thomas yesterday during the workouts, and I asked him about the WBC games that he participated in for Team Mexico. And just like if at the time seeing that kind of atmosphere at Chase Field made him kind of crave for it for the Diamondbacks and what it would be like at Chase Field, and this was his answer.
Yeah, I think that was a big reason. Not only playing for my family and my family's country and my country, but to get that playoff like atmosphere. And that's why I told Tori, I'm like, this is just to prepare me for playoffs, and I want to be there. And I think he was on the same page with that. And definitely. Hopefully, the crowd is going to be this exact same from the WBC.
I love that you asked that question, by the way. I thought that was just a genius connection to the past, but a very recent past. And it's another one of those little details that you carry with you throughout the long season to help get you through the moments. And you go, that was a seed that was planted. And hopefully tonight for the Diamondbacks and Diamondbacks fans, that seed grows and becomes a flourishing plant for sure. No,
I mean, I know how big that was for him at the time, and I know how crazy the atmosphere was during the WBC here. It was a really unique thing that Diamondbacks fans and any local baseball fan got to experience. But obviously it's that taste of it. Like sometimes when you get in the playoffs, even if it's that one game, even if it's two games, like it's different on the road. But for you to experience that at home and want that, I mean, it's of course. It's something that you crave for, and you work a little bit harder to get back to it. Alec Thomas has done a tremendous job. I mean, even though the numbers, again, aren't great, what we are seeing from Alec Thomas is him being more patient at the plate. We're seeing him be more effective offensively. And obviously, we also know that, he's always going to be a tremendous defender out there. But things are crazy right now in baseball, including everything going on at Chase Field tonight. We have some teams that have advanced already. The Texas Rangers have advanced against the Baltimore Orioles. Let's take a look at this graphic. Of course, they swept the Orioles. We now have the Phillies tonight taking a 2-1 lead over the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah.
And that Phillies team just looks tough. It looks tough. So, of course, we have our first finalist into the LCS. Houston does have a 2-1 lead on the Twins. And, of course, we know the Diamondbacks could close things out tonight. It's kind of a silly thing to wonder about, but with the Diamondbacks being on the run that they've been on,
right,
would you have any concern about them having a layoff due to maybe that series in between the Phillies and Atlanta going to 5 and the Diamondbacks sweeping tonight?
Potentially, yeah. That's a fair point. You know, there's potential for that. Of course, if Philadelphia does it tomorrow, I think that's negligible. Talking about it with Danielle on our DNVR Rockies podcast, this morning, there's a lot of benefit for the Diamondbacks to be able to lock it up tonight because you don't have to burn through Merrill Kelly. You certainly are not burning through Zach Allen.
Right.
And in the League Championship Series, with the off days, it's you play two games in a row. It would be Monday, Tuesday. Off day next Wednesday. We're really getting ahead of ourselves. 3 games. That would be here at Chase
I love
Field.
This. No, let's go over the full schedule.
Off day. So it's 2, day off, 3 at Chase, day off, 2 on the road. If it goes that many, you need a 4th starter.
We do.
And so for the Diamondbacks to be able to have Kelly and Gallen going in game 1 and 2, and then being able to use them again, maybe even in one of them in a game 7 setting, whoever starts that game 1, probably Kelly, you need that. So locking it up tonight is the Diamondbacks taking care of their part of the business. They'll figure the rest out after that.
Well, they will have Brandon Pfaadt on the mound for them, and he will have a chance to finish them. And I use a cute little PF there for that one. But Brandon Pfaadt, let's take a look at how he matches up with Lance Lynn, who will be starting for the Los Angeles Dodgers tonight. Obviously, we know the difference in innings pitched here between Lance Lynn and Brandon Pfaadt. We also know that Lance Lynn just became a different pitcher when he came over from the White Sox to the Dodgers.
Sure.
As everybody does. But these numbers are comparable. And as far as the Diamondbacks go, you cannot be upset about sending your youngster in there against a guy that looks fairly similar as far as, the stats from the regular season go.
And if you actually go and look back at his final 6 starts, because his first 5 are great, 5-0, I think 2.03 ERA. But his final 6, he was 3-2, but his ERA was over 5. It was north of 5. And so that you go, oh, okay. And Lance Lynn actually said during the media day yesterday, like, I didn't actually change anything. So, we like to give the Dodgers all this credit in the world. They're like, oh, they cherry-picked this guy and knew that they just tweaked this little bit. According to Lance Lynn, he's like, nah, not really. Now, of course, he's going to be going out there and try to do it in short order, maybe only going 1 time through the order. Ryan Pepio is the next guy up. So, between the 2 of them, if you get 6 innings or if the Dodgers get 6 innings, they'll be super pleased about that. So Lance Lynn has really got to show it pretty quick, or it's a quick hook. They've got to win tonight. Diamondbacks are treating this like a must-win, but the Dodgers, it is a must-win.
It actually is. And the Diamondbacks have said they're playing every game like it's game 7.
Yeah, I love that.
Ryan Thompson, a.k.a. Tea Time, put your pinkies up for Tea Time. He actually had some pretty tough words just in regards to a team playing them. Like, you are going to need to bring it against us because we are playing every single day like it's our last game. And honestly, with the way that Torrey has been managing at times, even with that quick hook for Gallen the other night, that very much looked like a man managing a team in a game 7 situation, so I like the way that has gone. Obviously, Brandon Pfaadt didn't have a great start against the Brewers. It was enough for them to get the win, but as far as the numbers go, less than desirable results. So as far as things that he might need to do in order, to have improved results is just better pitch selection, and that's been something that we've heard quite a bit. We heard from the coaching staff, we heard from Brent Strom, and Pfaadt kind of relied in that game on his slider and his fastball a lot, and went away from actually having a pitch selection or pitch variety that mixed things up more. And I mean, it feels like those tend to be the times where Pfaadt does get himself into trouble. He gets a little panicked. He starts going to stuff essentially maybe that he feels comfortable with, and also if he's not hitting his spots, he starts throwing it right down the middle. And these are things that don't that it's not going to take long for the Dodgers to hop all over.
Doesn't bode well.
Yeah.
Look, he dipped his toe in postseason water. I mean, think about this. Imagine if he went out there in game 2 and you had either Kelly or Gallen starting game 1, and you go, oh, okay, you can kind of breathe, even if it's a loss.
Yeah.
You've seen it done.
Yeah.
Brandon Pfaadt has not been a part of a postseason team. He had nobody to look to be like, yeah, I remember being there in the clubhouse and seeing the guy prepare for the game, and just that confidence or whatever it was, that X factor of going out there and starting a postseason game. He had never seen that before, so he's out there kind of doing it without a safety net, and so he was shaking a little bit in that, but. Tori said yesterday that no, he has this inward confidence in he wants to be more of a never let him see you sweat. And I think the Brewers saw him sweat a little bit. I don't know that that's going to happen with the Dodgers today, but they're going to get first cracks. That's one of the biggest differences here. This is the first time where the Diamondbacks have to go out to play defense first. They're not going to get a chance to get that early lead. So the first inning is critical. Even if Pfaadt gives up one run, I think that's okay.
Just got to keep it low.
But that first inning, if you can post a goose egg there for the Dodgers, I think that bodes really well for Carroll, then Ketel Marte, who they've been a fantastic 1-2 this entire playoffs. That's going to give you a chance to win. You need a 0 in the first.
Diamondbacks have been doing a little bit of historic scoring when it comes to that, scoring first and honestly causing the Dodgers to kind of be on their heels for the entire game, not letting them get comfortable. Even a couple of times in the game, you started to see them get that momentum. You started to see them kind of get things back on track, and that's when Gallen had that big strikeout of Freddie Freeman and moments like that kind of squashed their rebellion that they were building up there, right? But Pfaadt last time 2 2/3 innings pitched, 7 hits, 3 earned, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. By no means a terrible outing, but a quick one, a short one, because Torrey was not going to let this explode and get into a situation. I wouldn't be surprised to see that again tonight. Should Pfaadt find himself down early, like what you're saying, or maybe struggling. And I know he has all the utmost confidence in his bullpen. It's just been a really incredible ride to see Brandon Pfaadt, who we didn't even know at times if we were confident we would see him this year, but we didn't know 100%. He gets called up. He kind of had a rocky start, had his ups and downs. He got sent back down. And he came back up after some coaching advice from Brent Strom that we've talked about a lot. Brent Strom talked about changing the side of the rubber that he pitched from. He explained to us in great detail with little drawings and sketches he did for us, the media, about what that does for arm angles and deceptiveness, about pitch selection and things like that with Pfaadt.
Strom is methodical. He also might be maniacal as well.
He might be maniacal because sometimes when he comes up with these ideas, when he comes up with these inspired moments, they occur in the middle of the goddamn night. And so it doesn't matter day or night, whether you're on vacation, whether you're at your parents' house, you are going to get a call from Brent Strom. Here is what Brandon Pfaadt had to say yesterday about Brent Strom calling him in regards to that pitch change.
Yeah, he's been great. He knows what he's talking about. He knows how to communicate, how to connect with his players. He's been doing it for a while, so having him by our side has been huge, especially going up and down and having that guidance going forward. I think Strom's been amazing. He's always been on my side, and I'm grateful to have him.
Does he communicate with you when you were down? Was he communicating with you, or was it just simply when you were up here?
Yeah, when I was down too. I know on All-Star break he called me. It might have been 11 p.m. So I was like, what does he want? And then so we talked, and he's always there. He's always ready to talk no matter what. So he's been great.
Just curious, what did Strom, do you remember what Strom had for you that night when he called?
Yeah, it was moving to the first base side of the rubber, and he had a whole diagram of every single pitch on every side of the plate. So it was funny.
And you were in Reno at the time?
No, I was in Kentucky for All-Star break.
Okay.
I flew home. I was sitting in my parents' house, and I was like, oh, call from Stromy. Let's see what he wants. So it was funny. How long was the call? Probably longer than it should have been.
Could you wrap your mind around all of it in the moment there when he was calling?
Yeah, I mean, it was just it was kind of reassuring. Going home for All-Star break, being in AAA, and he's saying, hey, we need you in big games in the postseason later on in the season. So that's kind of what the call was about too, and giving that reassurance. So it was good.
That's absolute fucking fire. The idea of Brent Strom calling you when you are pitching for the Reno Aces after struggling, you made your major league debut, got sent back down, you're struggling, you get this call in the middle of the night. And not only is he telling you about some, Frankenstein idea he has to change your pitch mechanics on which side of the mound or which side of the rubber you're pitching from, but he also tells you something like that. And he's right. we're going to need you pitching for us in the postseason. And look who's starting in game 3. Look who started in game 1.
And he believes him, and as he should, because I mean, this is a guy that, you know, there are no pitching coaches in the Baseball Hall of Fame, but Strom obviously has some of a candidacy, and he's won a couple World Series rings himself. So
yeah, he knows a little bit about this.
The guy knows a lot about it, and everyone in the clubhouse too that we talked about. Because after, you know, Pfaadt shared with that story, it was of course like, all right, let's hunt the next story, and you were like, all right, here, stick with me, Patrick. Like, let's talk with Joe Mantiply, and you asked him that, didn't you?
I did. I asked Mantiply about Brent Strom if he's had any moments like that, and Mantiply said you will get an email from Brent Strom on Thanksgiving or Christmas Day. It doesn't matter when. But like again, the man is always thinking. He's always thinking about baseball, and whenever inspiration hits him, he shares it with you. He doesn't want to wait. He doesn't want to like get around a training camp. He wants to tell you about it immediately. Me, I understand that. I am also a person that sometimes needs to text Jesse at 3 o'clock in the morning. Usually I'm not up at that time, but I know he is, so I can always count on him being up writing a story or whatever. And of course, Jesse's here back in town. I still haven't seen his face. I know you're literally staying with him.
That's it. Yeah, he's letting me crash. I'm on the Friedman family couch.
That's amazing.
And it's great.
Jesse's the nicest.
He is the nicest.
He came in here today, and I was like, dude, I haven't seen you in so goddamn long.
It's ridiculous,
it's like,
right?
It goes from times like we live together. I spend every day with him for 2-3 months.
And then he's just gone.
He's gone for 2 weeks.
And he abandons his son. I have to watch and care for his child while he's gone.
All right, quick Jesse trivia. What kind of cereal do you think he offered me up this morning? What kind of cereal was I chowing down on?
I got a good guess. I'll let Derek go first.
I'm going to go with Chex.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Special K.
Ooh, I forget what the second option was, but we settled on Raisin Bran.
Raisin Bran.
You're right there.
That would have been my second guess.
Raisin Bran, I was right there.
Yeah.
That would have been my second guess.
I have a feeling if you had to, if we did a fantasy draft, y'all would have gotten
Special
it.
K is.
I thought he was right though. Like the flakes was definitely the direction to go. Just didn't know if Jesse would have the spice to add raisins to it. So good for him.
Special K and Raisin Bran are pretty similar. Special K, I mean, it's just that added fiber. I thought Jesse was a practical guy. He'd want that fiber.
You know what?
Fiber. Yeah.
Whole milk. That's a surprise.
Wow.
That might be surprising. So that was the shocker. That was the shocker.
All right. Well, I think you know a guy. Well, we thank you guys for being here. Of course, we thank Patrick for being here. And of course, if you haven't subscribed in the PHNX Sports YouTube channel, do so now. Sign up for notifications. That way you don't miss whenever we go live. Leave us a little thumbs up just to let us know you like our mustaches. Also, if you're listening on the audio podcasting side, I can assure you our mustaches are on point. You can leave us a review about them over there. You can also make sure to subscribe on that end as well. Make sure to pick up our wagon shirt, by the way. It is the official, unofficial shirt of the Diamondbacks playoff run. We are a wagon. This team is a wagon, and you can get that shirt. Of course, grab that shirt today. If you're a diehard member, you get 20% off, so you'll get it for 20% off. If you're not a diehard member, sign up for a membership today. Get yourself the membership over at gophnx.com. You will get yourself a free piece of merchandise, and you can grab that shirt for absolutely free.
Nice.
You also have lots of other options from our playoff season selection over at the phnxlocker.com to choose from. You also get access to our members-only Discord lounge, all of Jesse's original content, and so much more, including members discounts from our partners, members-only invites to events, and so much more.
That's cool.
So grab yourself a diehard membership today. Yeah. The boxes are slick. I know you've been around, so the evolution of the diehard membership is pretty freaking cool. I know it's just become awesome in our time being here, but I know you know, like you being the OG DNVR peeps, you guys have seen that really come a long way.
Every day that I come into the office, there's like a new piece of merchandise that comes in. It's like, what? And it's also so much fun. Like our merchandise guy, shout out to Mitchell.
Yeah, Mitchell's the best.
But like, you know, you go into the closet and you see new colors. And so like you guys were the first ones, you guys before CHGO. So it was like all the Sedona red and all that stuff. It was like, that color's pretty. Like you want to play with all the PHNX gear because it's not the typical ones that we get in Colorado.
Right. No, I totally get it. I think your merchandise is absolutely incredible. Very jealous of all of that Nuggets championship merchandise, and hopefully soon we'll get some of that maybe some of that action for us over here.
As long as it stays under the ALLCITY umbrella.
Yeah,
that's all right.
That's what we need, right?
We're good with that.
But we do have some local heroes to celebrate. When I say that, I mean, who will be the local hero tonight for the Diamondbacks? This team has had somebody different kind of step up each game. As some member of the starting lineup, somebody that hasn't been performing well, but all of a sudden has themselves an incredible night. We know Christian Walker had it in the series against the Brewers. Tommy Pham had that 4-for-5 night. Lourdes Gurriel Jr., our latest member of the Stepping It Up club, if you will. But do you have any predictions or what are your thoughts on this and the way that the Diamondbacks are able to kind of get this like big night from a different guy?
I was looking at the lineup and I had the exact same thought, and I actually think it's going to be Gurriel. Like, that doesn't necessarily follow the narrative because it means, he does it again.
Yeah.
But if you're going to win, 9 more games to win a World Series, you got to double up a little bit here and there.
Absolutely.
And so Lourdes Gurriel, I feel like he's going to be that guy. We talked to him, pregame, a little bit about his relationship with Gabby Moreno. Obviously they were with the Blue Jays together, but it wasn't until Moreno, debuted late last year that, they finally, befriended one another and became really close friends. So that was cool to hear that, and just how, this entire season has been, momentous for him, just kind of going out. It is a free agent season, worry about that after the year, but he became a U.S. citizen. And there's so many good things happening for this guy. And, he's got an older brother who's won a couple rings himself, and Yuli Gurriel. So there are a lot of pieces right there to say, hey, this is going to be a postseason hero, a local hero, if you will. And I think he's going to be one of those guys tonight in Game 3.
I dyed my hair purple this season because of him, as you are aware. And it was like just all of this stuff that we've been through with him. It's incredible. It feels very much like he has been here longer than he actually has, right? Like he feels like he's been part of this team. He is just a tremendous teammate. He's just become kind of beloved by the community.
An all-star on top of all of this.
All that. And it's great for him. Like, to be honest, it is one of those situations where this season couldn't have gone better for him as far as being a free agent, because, maybe his numbers could have been a bit better, but honestly, like with the postseason run, just everything that he's contributed to this team, he's going to get paid at the end of this year. I don't know if he's going to be able to, stick around on the Diamondbacks, because honestly, some other team might value him much more. Not to say the Diamondbacks don't, but like, he's got to go get paid, right? Like, this is, after a season like this and a postseason run like this, he has to go get paid. So, it's one of those situations where I don't fault him for that, because I wouldn't be surprised to see some other organization try to back the Brinks truck up for him, Yeah. But I will say this, David Peralta, you're dead to us. We heard your comments about Dodgers fans fucking taking over Chase Field. And you know what? I'm cool with that for so many members of the Dodgers team, but I will be damned if I'm going to listen to that bullshit from David Peralta.
Not cool.
I'm sorry.
Benedict Arnold?
Huh?
Benedict Arnold?
Benedict Arnold. We fucking cheered and showed videos for you. Jake McCarthy did the sad choo-choo. No more sad choo-choos for your ass. It's a war now, and I want the Diamondbacks to bury you. I want them to end your season, and I want you to be here at Chase Field watching them end their season. I want you to get to watch another team celebrate in the pool.
Do you hope that Benedict Peralta has to go out there with towel in hand and be like, hey, he's the towel boy when the Diamondbacks are celebrating in the pool?
Should be that.
That's his punishment.
There should be some sort of bet when it comes to that. But I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, it sucks because, to be honest, he has been a guy that we have kind of, still kind of loved and shown love for. And those days are over, my friend. Those
I'm
days
fuming.
Are over.
I am absolutely fucking fuming.
David is not having any of that bullshit.
Dude, I read it and I was so mad. Yeah. I mean, that fucking guy, dude.
I know.
He's public enemy number one.
Yeah. But anyway, well, you know what? We've let it ride so far, so let's continue to let it ride on the BetMGM Sportsbook app. Let's take a look at my picks for tonight, and I'm going to continue to add in some picks for you know what? I know it hasn't worked out so far, but Lance Lynn, 2+ strikeouts, I'm doing it. Brandon Pfaadt, 3+ strikeouts, I'm doing it. Overruns, 9.5 with those guys out there, yes, please. Corbin Carroll, he's going to get that 1+ hit, you know that. And I took the Diamondbacks win. I took the money line. I don't care. I'm doing this. I'm going for it. We're going for the jugular tonight. We're going for the throat. And of course, we need reinforcements. And when I say that, we have called in the one and only Makayla Perkins to join us.
What's up, man?
What is happening?
Long time no see.
I know. Well, it is the return of the Mac.
The return of the Mac.
And of course, we are excited to have you here. There's few people that could bring the energy like Sean DePaz can bring. So I had to back up the Brinks truck myself and get Makayla in here. But before you can be on the show, it is mustache season around here, so we're gonna
Playoff
need you
mustache.
to rock your playoff stash.
Gotta.
And yeah, I don't know how, that's a good look.
Wow.
That is
actually
Got
a
it.
fire ass look.
That is
so,
great.
Listen, I have one thing to say. Suck it, LA!
yeah, I knew that's what she had to get out of her system.
Is Mac the queen snake?
She's the queen snake. She's
Wow.
absolutely queen snake.
I thought it was Auntie Mac, Auntie Makayla. JJ's Aunt Makayla.
All right, Mac, who's our hero tonight? We were talking about how the Diamondbacks have had somebody step up different offensively each game, and it's kind of been somebody that maybe hasn't had that breakout game, maybe struggled the rest of the time. You know, we had Walker, Pham, and Gurriel do it. Do you see someone else kind of being that guy tonight?
Is Alec Thomas in the starting lineup?
Alec Thomas, is he in the starting lineup? Yeah, he is.
Give
in
me
the
Alec
starting lineup.
Thomas, baby.
Let's go.
It's time.
Let's go.
It's time. I'm tired of the swing and the miss from Alec Thomas. I'm going to seek some contact on
Let's
that
go.
bat, baby.
Let's
Give me
go.
Alec Thomas all day.
I could totally see it too. You know, obviously he had that big home run, that historic 14 pitch at bat that resulted in home run. So,
And he's the one guy who's played in this building with a packed house.
I know he's
No
familiar.
one else has.
He's familiar with it.
Yeah.
Give me Alec
All right.
Thomas. Also, I want to say I might be jinxing it, so I'm going to knock on wood. I wouldn't be surprised if we got 4 innings out of Brandon Pfaadt tonight.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
I could kind of see that too.
Yeah.
At least.
I could.
I could
At
see
least
that.
something
I mean,
better than the 2 1/3 that we
They
got. in the last
definitely. I mean,
playoff
you know what's
game.
funny
Yeah.
is we saw him in the press conference room, and we can attest that he looked comfortable. He looked
did, he
ready
did.
to
Yeah.
be there, and like that's a big moment.
Yeah.
That's a packed room, and for him to just be as comfortable, having his funny stories about Brent Strom, it's really awesome. So
He got the jitters out of his system.
Yeah.
And the last one,
Yeah.
he's locked in.
we're
he's
ready to rock
go.
and roll. Let's do it.
Let's
And,
go,
and
Brandon
you got to
Pfaadt.
see firsthand Torrey managing postseason games like their postseason games.
Yes.
So with a flick of a switch, it goes from regular season to postseason. And did Pfaadt get that update? Did he get that email from Strom? Now he's seen it and knows that's fine. If I only go 3 innings,
Yeah.
I'm going to empty the tank.
Yeah.
Go 3. That's going to give my team the best chance to win. So it's okay if I go 3. In the regular season, it isn't.
Yeah.
But now it is.
Yeah.
He knows that now.
Yeah.
I don't think he knew that in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Well, we are excited to watch this game. It is kicking off here in 5 minutes. Of course, we will be back here with post game, Makayla and I. This man will be doing some coverage from Chase Field along with our very own Jesse Friedman. So come back here post game, 10 minutes after the final out. Until then, follow us all on Twitter.
Wait, let's get some quick predictions real quick.
Oh.
This has been the tradition.
Oh,
around
we got to
here.
get our
And
predictions
my
in.
boy Sean is picking the Dodgers.
He has
breaking news.
Nope, stop. He has to pick the Dodgers. We have to keep this right. I have to take Lance Lynn with the strikeouts, and he has to pick the Dodgers, and we have to be wrong. He has to take that. I'm going to take the Diamondbacks, and I'm going to take them to cover the spread that I said. So that means the Diamondbacks win 6-4. I will leave this now in your guys' hands because we just needed to get that part out. So again,
I
we're
think the
creatures
Diamondbacks
of
are going to
habit.
light Lance Lynn up.
Let's go.
I'm saying Diamondbacks win. We're going to get a Philly Braves-esque performance tonight.
Like 10-2.
Yeah, Diamondbacks win like 10-4.
Slaughter them.
Let's go.
5-2 Diamondbacks.
I love this panel.
Yep.
Sean, you did the right thing too. Thank you for your sacrifices. But again, I'm at Cap_K-Man with a K. This man is at Patrick D. Lyons. Makayla is at Makayla E. Perkins. Everybody's using their middle initial.
E?
Damon is at just Damon Dog, because we are all Damon's dogs. He's
Arf,
at DAWG. He does the ARF thing. Of course, our show is at PHNX _D-backs, but all roads do lead to at PHNX_sports on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We are excited. Let's fucking go. Let's get to the NLCS.
Let's
It's
fucking
the
go.
fucking yes! We thank you guys so much for being here. And remember, kids, baseball is fun, but it's so much more fun when you close out the Dodgers.
Suck it, LA!
We all silly like the mayor.